have here a copy of your brand new album, New International. How does it feel to have it out?
Yeah, it feels wonderful. It feels wonderful. It's been a long time coming with this album. It's taken us a very long time to get it, into a product. And yeah, I think it's a new chapter for us, really.
Yeah, because I read that you spent a lot more time producing the album than you did writing it. And I was just wondering, what was it about this album that took so long to produce? Is that irregular for you when you make an album? Does it usually work that way?
I think we just wanted it to be a perfect sound. But it's very difficult with our sounds because, we want perfection, but of course our sound is all about imperfection. So it's hard to know, which one, where to nail it and where not to,
I realised that it's the first of your 3 albums that's on Brainfeeder, Flying Lotus's record label. And I thought that was an interesting one because your sound is very based in sort of older sounds and his is so based in modern electronics. And I was just wondering if being signed to that label influenced the way you made it at all.
Not really, because we got signed after the album was done, including the mixing. And I think it's exciting for both of us because, they don't have someone like us in their, artist roster. And we never really, we were with Mr. Bongo quite at some with other bands, But it is definitely quite exciting because of the way that they actually look at the process of putting an album out. And I think that's what really matters rather than how much the sound matches perfectly. So it's quite exciting.
I know that this album was influenced a lot by your travels around, and I was wondering if you could tell me where you went that you were sort of most influenced by on your travels, because I know some of it was written in the south of France. Where else did you go that inspired you?
Let's look at it. Yeah, let's look at it. So Faust is like, I guess, the most extreme one because the verse was written in where was the verse written? The verse was written in Italy. The intro was written in Istanbul, and the chorus was written in Paris. So it's sort of quite a modular approach to writing, and sort of they were just written all around the place. Where was the thing we did in Turkey?
The melody.
Yeah, the third track, the melody, we did in a Turkish festival, So, but it wasn't deliberate. We were just constantly on the road, so it was a necessity.
And one more thing, I think it's also about the instruments that we collected. Like from Istanbul, for the first time we got a bağlama, and it's the first time that we actually included a bağlama in our track, or like a Turkish clarinet, a zurna. So it also affected the kind of instrumentation.
Because I know the Bul 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 has the Indonesian instrument on it, which, how do you pronounce that one?
Yeah, we are not really...
My Indonesian isn't what it used to be.
Okay, right, fair enough.
Gangza Pemadi. Gangza Pemade. It's got an accent on the E.
Because I also saw that you guys met through a Selda Bagkan song. That was kind of the reason you started a band, right? So could you tell me a little bit about that?
It was a very interesting one because I just moved to London. It has been only 2 weeks. And then I just subscribed to this like Turkish people in London Facebook group. And a few days later, I saw Kit's post with Selda Bağcan's song Yaz Gazeteciya, saying that he wanted to make a similar kind of music and looking for a singer. And then I just replied back with a not very serious video of me just singing in the mountains in Turkey. My father just filmed me at some point. And then from that point on, we just met once. And the second time we met, we were already working on Mantra Modern. So it was super quick.
Because that's actually how I found you. I saw your single, the Hayat, like the split single. I found you on a sort of Turkish Anatolian music Spotify playlist. And that really made me think, because there's so much music on Spotify, everyone streams now, obviously. So there's like a world of music out there that is just not taken seriously. I think it's sort of, if you're English, you tend to listen to music in English, and I think that's like people are hugely missing out, because in the inverse, English music is famous everywhere for whatever reason that may be. But what I'd like you to do is recommend some of your favorite not English music that viewers can go and try out.
All right. I mean, we quite love French music. Some of the some of Brigitte Fontaine. She's a very like powerful singer with very crazy lyrics and persona. So definitely her. And I'm from Turkish music, of course, Barış Manço, Erkin Koray. From Spanish, Brazilian music, Gal Costa, Caetano Veloso, all the Tropicalia movement. Who else would we add? I mean, there are so many names. Like there is a lot of. Also, there are some record labels. Like whatever they put out, it's basically quite interesting. Like Habibi funk stuff, all the North African, funk / pop music. I'll let you continue the list.
I think, Fayrouz is the key singer. I think she's wonderful. Yeah, from the more traditional stuff to the more contemporary stuff.
Where's she from?
She's from Lebanon.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Rabbani brothers.
Yeah, the Rabbani brothers related to her, and I guess. Chanson française is of course lovely, but yeah, the list can go on. But yeah, I'm not so sure why English music has dominated, the musical canon of the world, because it doesn't really work too well in most genres apart from rock and roll.
I thought as well it was interesting that sort of roughly half and half of your album is English and Turkish, and I was wondering when you're writing it, what is it that makes you choose which language a song is going to be in?
I think it tends to be like whether it rhythmically fits. Also, sometimes it's to do with whether we want to contaminate the song or not. If the song feels very Western and sort of perhaps is lacking a bit of interest, one should sing in Turkish to kind of not culturally to add a flavour, but obviously another language has another way of phrasing, and to contaminate it musically. Yeah, I don't think we never think culturally. That should be that because that's that. It's what works with the song. I
thought it was interesting because this word, I'm not going to try and pronounce it, means migration, right? Is that right?
Göç means migrate.
Migrate, okay.
And then me is the negation in Turkish, because like in Turkish we have suffixes, so it's the negation. So migrate, not. Don't migrate. Yeah, so it's this kind of like in between experience, of course, at some point, maybe you want to move into a new reality, a new city, a new country. And initially, you, of course, project all of your hopes and future plans onto this new place. But once you move out, you find out that some of them come true and some of them actually not. And each place have their own, particular positive and negative side. So it's that kind of like double-edged experience of being an immigrant, yeah.
It's your chance to pick the perfect band. You can choose people living or dead, and you get to choose a vocalist, a guitarist, a bassist, a drummer, and a mystery instrument. Who would you like to choose?
Oh, God.
I realise because you've got such a range of international instruments, you can change them out a bit if you'd like.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Thundercat on bass.
Okay, straight in the brain feed influence there. Yeah.
I guess as a guitarist, I would say, why has it got to be guitar? The keys is the foundation. Yeah. So let's sack the guitar off.
Okay.
And let's replace it with keys.
Sure.
And that's difficult. But our favourite pianist is a guy called Vagif Mustafazadeh, who's an Azerbaijani jazz guy. He's amazing. What else would you say? Drummer?
Yeah.
Well, OK Temiz, is that how I say it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, OK Temiz. He's a wonderful Turkish percussion drummer who kind of incorporates darbuka into his drum kit. He's amazing. And
that leaves you a vocalist and a mystery instrument.
Yeah, I suppose it would have to be somebody like Turkish who can sing Western style and Eastern style.
Okay.
Yeah. Why don't we go with her? you know.
Okay, yeah.
What's next? Drummer.
Yeah, you've chosen the drummer. It just leaves you with the mystery instrument. So maybe a
mystery instrument,
Saz player or
Saz
something.
player. Yeah, let's go with yeah.
Cool.
I like. I don't know how to say it. Neshet Tertesh. Yeah, he's great.
So what have you guys got planned next? I know you're on tour at the moment, but once you finish that, what's next for Kit Sebastian?
More music, more sounds, more instruments,
more visual.
More. Yeah.
What's the visual thing that you're bringing into the fray?
I mean, we of course always we make our own music videos, like from production to editing and everything. And most of the time we just produce our own visual content, from photography to kind of like video. And tonight actually we are screening a short film that we shot after releasing our first album, Mantra Modern. And we want to make more of that, definitely. And we actually recorded some cover tracks earlier in the year. Ideally we would like to release them sometime soon as well. So yeah, there's a lot ahead, definitely.
All right, well, thanks a lot for talking to me today, guys.
Thank you.